Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance. And today, we return once again to one of the newest, and most intriguing, features in Hero Wars, Alliance. Realm. But not just Realm. Today, we are stepping into something that many players have seen. Many have clicked. But almost no one has truly explored yet. We are talking about Realm skills and Guardians. This is one of those systems that, at first glance, feels confusing. Maybe even a little overwhelming. But once you start to understand it, you realize there is something much bigger being built here. So today, we're going to slow things down, break it apart, and make sense of it together. Let's start with the most basic question, the one everyone asks the moment they see this feature. What are Realm skills? If you go into your hero menu, and you click on the Skills tab, you might notice something new. A second tab. A tab labeled Realm. And this is where things start to get interesting. Because not every hero has access to this. But some of them do. And for those heroes, you now have access to additional abilities that exist only inside the Realm mode. That's the key idea. These are not normal skills. These are not arena skills. These are Realm-only enhancements. And that already tells us something very important. This system is not just a small add-on. It's part of something bigger that is still growing. Now naturally, the next question comes immediately. How do we actually level these skills? And this is where the game introduces something completely new. 3 different types of resources. 3 different books. If you've seen them, you'll recognize them instantly. One is green, with crossed spears. One is red, with an axe. And one is blue, with an arrow. And here's where it gets interesting. Each hero belongs to one of these categories. Now, at the moment, we don't fully understand why. Why one hero gets one type. Why another gets something different. But that's part of the mystery. And over time, this will become clearer. What we do know is this: these books are not easy to get. You won't be farming them like gold. You won't be stacking thousands of them overnight. You earn them through tasks. And more importantly, through raids on the world map. Specifically, outlaw camps. And here's the catch. You only get 12 raids per day. So right away, you can feel it. This system is not about speed. This is about long-term progression. This is something you build slowly, over time. And that leads us to the next big question. How many levels do these Realm skills actually have? The answer is simple. But the reality behind it, not so simple. There are 5 levels. The first one is already unlocked. But after that, you need 10 books. For a single level. For a single skill. For a single hero. And each hero has 2 of these skills. So let's be honest here, Guardians. This is going to be slow. Very slow. But that's intentional. Because this is not meant to be rushed. This is meant to grow with your Realm. Now here comes the question that everyone really wants answered. Do these skills affect your normal gameplay? Arena? Grand Arena? Guild Wars? And the answer is very clear. No. These are Realm-only skills. They do not affect your heroes outside of this mode. And that's something a lot of players need to understand early. Because otherwise, You might think this is something you must rush immediately. But that's not the case. At least, not yet. Because here's where things get interesting. Right now, Realm is only player versus environment. You build. You expand. You fight the world. But this is only the beginning. Because eventually, we are going to see player versus player inside Realm. And when that happens, everything changes. Because now your realm is not just yours. Now it becomes something that can be attacked. Something that can be defended. Something that other players may try to take from you. And when that day comes, these realm skills, they are no longer optional. They become part of your defense, your strategy, your ability to survive. And yes, we know, this is where opinions start to divide. Some players love this kind of system. Others, not so much. Because it introduces pressure. It introduces competition in a new way. And not everyone enjoys that. But the reality is, this is a common system in builder-style games. And it looks like Hero Wars is moving in that direction. So instead of resisting it, we do what we always do here. We learn it. We understand it. And we prepare for it. Because that's what gives you the advantage. Not reacting later, but understanding early. So for today, Guardians, this is our introduction. The foundation. The beginning of understanding realm skills. But this is just the first step. Because in the next videos, we're going to go deeper. We're going to start looking at specific heroes. We're going to break down their realm abilities. And try to understand which ones might be stronger. Which ones might be more useful. And which ones could shape the future of this mode. And yes, it's still early. Yes. Some of it will be guesswork. But not random guesses. Educated guesses. Built on experience. Built on understanding the game. So now we turn to you, Guardians. What do you think about Realm so far? Do you enjoy it? Do you feel it adds something new to the game? Or do you feel unsure about where it's going? Let us know. Because this is something we're all exploring together. Stay tuned. Stay sharp. And as always, salute and friendship.